Hello students, in the last class we have studied about cyclic groups and its properties and also some examples on the cyclic group. So today's class we shall study about cosets. So cosets can be formed by using a group and a subgroup. So usually we denote a group by G. Okay, so this is group and it is a subgroup. Next, we consider an element which belongs to group G. So consider that element as a A belongs to G. Then we require a subgroup of G. So we may denote it by, or we may consider a subgroup as, say it as the elements A1, A2, A3 and A4. So just for consideration, we are considering H is a subgroup which has the elements A1, A2, A3 and A4. Now we have to form the coset by using any element of the A which belongs to the group G. So what we have to do means we have to multiply this element, multiplication or addition. So we have to operate. So we have to operate this element A with all these elements of the subgroup. So see here H, because usually we use the operation as a multiplication. So therefore I will represent it as H dot A. So what happens when if it is addition we shall see later. So now H dot A can be written as, so first we are considering elements of H, therefore A1 dot A, A1 dot A, next A2 dot A, A3 dot A, A4 dot A. So this is a new set which is called as the coset. Okay. So to form coset we need an element from the group G and a subgroup which may have any number of elements. So what we have to do means we have to operate this element A belongs to G with all the elements of H, then the resulting set will be coset. If we are operating from the right side, because here H is from the left side and A is on the right side, so that means we are operating this element A from the right, therefore this coset is called as the right coset. Similarly, if we are operating from the left, that is A dot H, then the set is obtained as, because first we have to consider A, then the elements of H, A1, A2, A3, A4. So this is called as the left coset. Okay, now you got the point. This is the right coset, we are operating from the right. This is left coset because here element A is operated from the left side. So this is called as the left coset. So you may ask the question that whether these two sets are equal or unequal. So see here, because A1 dot A and A dot A1 is different in many cases. So we know that a commutative law or an abelian group or commutative group. So what happens when G is abelian group? So if it is abelian or commutative, then we get A dot B equals to B dot A for all A comma B belongs to G. So you can observe that if it is abelian, then we get A1 dot A equals to A dot A1. Okay, then we can say that left coset equals to right coset. Okay, only when G is abelian. Otherwise, A1A is not equals to A1. Similarly, A2A is not equals to A2. So then left coset is not equals to right coset. Now you got the point. Right cosets and left cosets are equal only when group G is abelian. Otherwise, these two are unequal. Okay. So because here we are using multiplication as a binary operation, we know that multiplication is commutative. Always it is commutative. Even addition is also always commutative. Then we can say that right coset equals to left coset. Otherwise, in other than the addition and multiplication, we have to check whether group G is abelian or not. If G is abelian, then we get right coset equals to left. Otherwise, we will get different cosets. Okay. Now this is the definition of coset. So now my question is whether what is the order of coset, that is it may be H dot A or order of A dot H. So how many elements are there in a coset? So see here, because we are multiplying an element of A with all the elements of H, definitely the order of the right coset or left coset equals to the order of H. See here, it has total 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So here it also has 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even this one is also 1 element, 2 element, 3 element and 4 element. Therefore, order of HA or order of AH both are equal. It is equals to order of H. But it does not equals to order of G, because G is a superset. It may have any number of elements. Okay. So and remember that in group G we may consider any element. Okay. It may be A, B, or it may be sometimes it is equals to additive element, is identity element, whatever. So we can form any number of cosets by using the elements of G. Suppose G has 4 elements, then we can form 4 different types of coset. Here I have used only one element, therefore we can form one coset. So we can define cosets as left coset and right coset. So first we define left coset. Let G be a group and H be a subgroup of G. Let any element A belongs to G, then the set AH equals to AH such that H belongs to H is called left coset. So that means, as I told you, that we consider a set G and we consider a group G and subgroup H. So we consider an element A belongs to G, then we operate all the elements of H with this element, then the resulting set is called as the coset. Okay, if we are operating from the left side, it is called as the left coset, or if we are operating from the right side, then we called it as the right coset. So similarly, we can define right coset. Right coset is defined as, let G be a group and H be a subgroup of G, then let any element A belongs to G, then the set HA equals to HA such that all H belongs to H is called right coset. Okay, now you got the point. Right coset means we are operating an element A of G with all the elements of H from the right side, then we called it as the right coset. So in the above definition, we saw that we are using multiplication as the binary operation. What happens if addition is the binary operation? So see here, if addition is the binary operation, then we can define right coset of H in G as H plus A. There we have defined that H dot A. Similarly here we have to use the operation plus, because binary operation is addition here. So H plus A equals to H plus A such that all H belongs to H. And similarly left coset can be defined as A plus H. There we have defined as A dot H, okay, which is equals to A plus H. So this is the right coset and this is left coset with respect to the addition as the binary operation. Now come to the second point. My question is whether this set H, this subgroup H itself is a coset or not, whether it is a coset or not. So see here, so G is a group, definitely it consists identity element. Okay, now I will choose E belongs to G. E means identity element. Okay, from the definition we can choose any element of the G. Here in this case I am choosing E as an element of G. Now I will operate this E with all these element of H. First we can form left coset E dot H. Okay, then what happens? E dot A1, E A1, E A2, E A3, E A4. This is the left coset. So see here, what happens when we are operating identity element with any element, then we get the same element, because from the identity law it is clear that E dot A or A dot E is equals to, again we get identity element again that element only. So therefore E dot A1 equals to, we get A1 only, E dot A2 equals to A2, E dot A3 equals to A3, E dot A4 equals to A4. So this set is again a subgroup H. See here, H has elements A1, A2, A3 and A4. Again this one is also has A1, A2, A3, A4. This is the left coset. Okay, so that means H itself is a coset. We can say it as it is a right coset or left coset, because we have formed here left coset. Similarly we can form right coset So see here, again E belongs to G, we are forming right coset, therefore H dot E equals to, we get A1E, sorry, A2E, A3E, A4E. Okay, again we get the elements A1 dot E equals to A1, A2, A3 and A4, which is again a subgroup H. Therefore, always remember that H, any subgroup of G itself is a coset. Okay, so that is the He equals to He, for all H belongs to H equals to H, and EH, that is left coset, equals to EH, such that all H belongs to H equals to H. Therefore, every subgroup H itself is a right coset and as well left coset of H in G. Okay, this is the second one. Now consider an example. G be a group which has the elements -1, 1, I and -I, and H be a subgroup of G which has the elements -1 and 1. Now the coset can be formed as, so in this case we can choose any one element from the this group G. First I will choose -1 belongs to G. Then by using this element we can form a coset. So first we form right coset, so left coset, then right. So -1 H equals to -1 into, so here we have to operate this -1 with all these two elements of the subgroup H. -1 equals to, we get +1, -1 plus 1 equals to -1. So see here, in this group binary operation is multiplication. If it is addition, then we go for the another method, that is we have to add these two elements. Okay, so see here, next -1, so H, so this is a coset. So see here, we got all the elements of this left coset equals to this subgroup, therefore we can write it as H. So next we will consider next element, 1 belongs to G. So 1 into H equals to, we get 1 minus 1 into -1 equals to -1, 1 into 1 equals to +1. Again we got H only. These two cosets are same, therefore we consider only one coset because these two are same cosets. Next consider another element, I belongs to G. So I dot H equals to, I dot -1 equals to I dot 1 equals to I. Okay, so this is another coset. Next, -I belongs to G, then we can form -I dot H as -I into -1 equals to +I, comma -I into +1 equals to, we get -I. Now we can observe that these two cosets are the same. Therefore, this group G has, for this subgroup total only there are two cosets, because we can form, because it has 4 elements, we can form 4 cosets, but these two are similar and these two are same. Therefore, we get only 2 distinct cosets. Therefore, G has only 2 distinct. So because we form left coset, therefore left cosets. So similarly we can form right cosets. But the same method we can form right coset. So see here, I will consider -1 belongs to G, then we can form the first right coset as h dot minus I equals to minus 1 equals to plus 1, minus 1 into plus 1 equals to, we get minus 1. Again we got h. Now we consider 1 belongs to G, then h dot 1, sorry this is 1 minus 1, h dot 1 equals to 1 minus 1 minus 1 into 1 equals to, again we get minus 1 because h first we have to consider elements of the h first. 1 into 1 equals to, we get 1 only, again we get h only. So therefore again these two right cosets are same, we have to treat it as only one coset. Next we go for another element. I belongs to G, h dot I equals to minus 1 into I equals to minus I, 1 into I equals to I. So this is one of the right coset. Next minus I belongs to G, then we get another coset as, so here I am using dot, h dot minus I, which is equals to minus 1 into minus I equals to plus I, 1 into minus I equals to minus I. Again these two right cosets are same, therefore this is the first different right coset, this is second. So here it has total 4 elements, we can form 4 cosets, but because these two are similar and these two are similar, therefore we treat only there are 2 different right cosets. Thus there are only 2 right cosets. Now you got the point. We go for the definition of index of a subgroup. So index of a subgroup is nothing but it is given by order of G divided by order of H. The order of G means the number of elements present in the group G, and order of H is equals to the number of elements present in the subgroup H. It gives the total number of distinct cosets. So it gives the total number of distinct cosets. So see here, so in the last example you have seen that, so that is G has total 4 elements minus 1, 1, I and minus I, and subgroup H has 2 elements minus 1 and 1. So there we got total 2 right cosets and 2 left cosets. So because it has 4 elements, we can form 4 right cosets and 4 left cosets, but only the different types of cosets will be considered as the left cosets or right cosets. So therefore there we got 4 cosets, but the different cosets are only 2 right cosets and 2 left cosets. So this can be obtained by using this index of the subgroup. This is called as the index of the subgroup. That means the number of different or distinct left, it may be left coset or right coset, is obtained by, for this example here order of G equals to, order of G means number of elements in G. So number of elements in G are 4 divided by order of H. The number of elements in subgroup H is equals to 2. Therefore we get 2 different right cosets or 2 different left cosets. You remember that the number of right cosets always equals to the number of left cosets. So therefore here in this case we got 2 left cosets and 2 right cosets. This can be, we can easily find out the number of distinct right or left coset by using this formula, and this is called as the index of the subgroup. Therefore, index of this subgroup is equals to 2. Index is nothing but the number of different right cosets or left cosets, and this order of G divided by order of H index is denoted by, so by using square bracket G colon H. Okay, G colon. So this denotes that index of the subgroup. Index means the number of different right cosets or left cosets. So see here, index of a subgroup is defined as the number of distinct right or left coset of a subgroup H of a group G is called as the index of the subgroup H in G and is denoted by square bracket G colon H. G colon H is read as the index of H in G, and I have already told you that index of H is given by order of G divided by order of H. This term gives you the number of distinct right cosets or left cosets of H in G. By using this formula, we can solve the problem easily. So see here, this problem we have already done. Consider the multiplicative group G equals to multiplicative group 1 minus 1 I minus I of fourth root of unity. So this, remember that this group is a standard group. So that means always it is used. And H is a subgroup, 1 minus 1 be a subgroup. So here write all the left cosets, or so sometimes they may be asked that right cosets. So see here, so we have already done this one. So we have written left cosets and even right cosets. So see here order of G is equals to 4. So there we found all the 4 cosets, but after that we have written only 2 different right cosets or 2 different left cosets. By using index of the subgroup, we can write only 2 different right cosets. So see here, solution, order of G is equals to 4 and order of H is equals to 2. Therefore, the number of distinct left or right cosets of H is equals to order of G divided by order of H, which is equals to 4 divided by 2 divided by, so which is equals to 2. Therefore, there exists only 2 different right cosets or left cosets, and those are 1 dot H, okay, equals to 1 minus 1, and I dot H is equals to minus I comma I. So see here, so here you can write directly only 2 different right cosets. That will be the easy to write. So instead of writing all the 4 cosets, we can write only 2 different cosets. It may be right or left coset. Now we go for another example. Find all the left cosets of H which has the element 0, 4, 8. In Z12, there Z12 modulo 12. So addition modulo 12 here. So that means you already know that how we have to find addition modulo. Okay. So solution, here order of Z12 means set of integers, so which has the elements 12, and order of H is equals to 3. So here we consider only positive integers. The first positive integers there are, because it is Z12, there exist only 12 elements, and so see here order of H, that is H is given by there 0, 4, 8. Therefore here total 3 elements are there. Therefore order of H is equals to 3. Therefore the number of distinct left coset of H in G are given by 12 divided by 3 equals to 4. Therefore we have to write only 4 different right cosets. Because sorry, here they ask left coset, therefore we have to write left cosets, and those are, so first we have to consider first all the 12 elements. First I will consider 0, so we have to operate with 0. So let 0 belongs to Z12. Okay, so then the first coset will be 0 plus 12 H. Plus 12 means we have to write here modulo 12. So modulo 12 means we have to add with add with this 0 with all the elements of H, and we have to write mod of the given binary operation. Consider 0 belongs to Z12, then we write the left coset 0 plus H. So H, elements of the H are, H equals to here 0, 4, 8. We have to operate this 0 with all these 3 elements. 0 plus 0 equals to 0 only, 0 plus 4 equals to 4 only, 0 plus 8 equals to 8 only. Here we don't go for the division because these all are the less than this 12. Therefore remainder will be 0, 4, 8 only. Next we have to operate 1 with all these elements. So 1 plus 0 equals to 1, 1 plus 4 equals to 5, 1 plus 8 equals to 9 only. Next 2 plus 0 equals to 2, 2 plus 4 equals to 6, and 2 plus 8 equals to 10. Okay, next go for 3 plus 0 equals to 4, 3 plus 0 equals to 3, 3 plus 4 equals to 7, 3 plus 8 equals to 11. Okay, we get directly these elements. So next, so because we got all the 4 cosets, because here the number of distinct cosets are 4 only, therefore we have to write this much only. If we go for next element, what will it what happen means, if you go for next, say next means let 4 belongs to Z12. Okay, then consider H elements 0, 4, 8. What happens means, so we have to operate this 4 with this H, then we get 0 plus 4 plus 0 equals to 4, 4 plus 4 equals to 8, and 4 plus 8 equals to 12. So the remainder will be 0. Therefore again we get 4, 8, 0. This is same as this first coset, that is while operating with 0 we got 0, 4, 8 only. So therefore we have to write only different cosets. Therefore the number of different cosets will be 4 only, and those are these. Okay.